Call to order meeting tonight of the Portland City Council. It's our second regular scheduled council meeting for March the 18th, 2013, just a little past 6 o'clock. If you would, let us stand for the prayer and pledge at this time. Our Father in heaven, we're so thankful for this day and all the blessings that we have. We're so thankful for the opportunity to serve Thee in many different ways. Thankful for the opportunity we have as citizens to serve this community in roles of leadership. May we always look to Thee for the answer and do the right thing. Most of all, thank Thy Son, Jesus Christ. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen.
I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Ms. King.
Alderman Bratton. Alderman Callis.
Here.
Alderman Coker. Alderman Harbin.
Here.
Vice Mayor McDowell.
Present.
Alderman Nennis.
Here.
Alderman White.
All right, thank you. Next, need approval of the agenda. We have a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
We have a second.
Second.
Any deletions, additions, comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next, communication from Mayor and Alderman. Does any Alderman have anything they wish to say?
Just quickly, just want to remind everybody of the spay and neuter program that we've got going, and if you're a city resident, you can participate in that. You can come up to City Hall and get a voucher, and then go to the Spay and Neuter Association there in Gallatin. So we're thankful we have that program.
And I think may have the number off one or two, but Janice was telling this afternoon that I think we've had 38 people to already take advantage of that. So we're very thankful for that. That looks like a very good program. Appreciate Mike, your effort, and the council for approving that measure. Anything else? All right, next is public recognition. Does anyone in the audience wish to discuss anything with the council tonight that is item on the agenda? If you would do so, I would ask you to come forward this time. If anyone would like to discuss an item on the agenda? Okay, if not, next on the agenda is a presentation by FFA. Al, you want to tell them we're ready for them? You know, they do this every year, getting ready for their state competition, and it's always a very interesting program they have every year, and we're thankful for the high school and the FFA program for all they do for our community. All right, I'll come right on in.
Y'all want me to hold something?
Mike.
Good morning, Portland. I'm Latrice Ashford, and you are listening to the Portland Morning Show on WKRN. Today's discussion on the job and to work is career and technical education. Here with us we have education guru, Dr. Phillips. Thank you so much for coming in and being a part of our show today.
I'm delighted to be a part of your show this morning. Many people are misinformed about a lot of things when it comes to education. What shall we cover first?
Well, first and foremost, I think it would be beneficial to educate me as well as all the listeners as to what the definition of career and technical education is.
CTE prepares students for employment and or post-secondary education in current or emerging professions. CTE provides students with competency-based applied learning opportunities that build academic knowledge, higher order reasoning skills, attributes, general employability skills, technical skills, occupation-specific skills, and knowledge of all aspects in an industry.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips. We will now entertain our listeners' point of view. Do you think career and technical education is a value to our society? Phone in now with answers on. Our number is 325-5566. Again, that's 325-5566.
Latrice, my name is Rolanda, and I don't think that career and technical education would be of value to our society. It takes up too much time in a student's school day. Students should focus on other courses that make them more rounded for the real world and their future careers. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Latrice, my name is Jamie, and I think that career and technical education is very beneficial to our society. It teaches students responsibility, prepares students for real life situations, and teaches students skills that will help them succeed in life.
My name is Kathy, and I'm a proud supporter of the Portland FFA. Through the years that I have supported the Portland chapter, all the students that I have seen are very responsible and as well-rounded as 18-year-olds can get.
My name is Shelley, and I haven't known any career and technical education course to value our society. My son Stephen is enrolled in career and technical education in Gallatin High School, and it is a waste of his time. He would be much better off enrolled in another English or math course. Thanks for calling in to our show today. Dr. Phillips, our next question is what is the mission of career and technical education?
The Tennessee Council for Career and Technical Education mission is to serve as an independent advocate for quality and career technical education programs and workforce development, and functions as an independent oversight body.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips. How does career and technical education affect standardized test scores?
Career and technical education has reflected standardized test scores in a positive manner. It is proven that students enrolled in career and technical education score higher on standardized tests than students that are not enrolled.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips. Why is career and technical education important in Sumner County schools? Call with your answers at 325-5566. Again, that's 325-5566.
It is important for students who want to pursue a career in agricultural, welding, machine shop, cosmetology, and so forth. Without that, they might not know how to get through to college.
Career and technical education is important for students who know what they want to do, and it's also important for students who don't know what they want to do for their career in college. And if it helps so they can explore different options in high school. Thank you for responses. Thank you for your responses. Dr. Phillips, do you have anything that you would like to add to that?
Both of those were very positive and valid reasons as to why career and technical education are important in the Sumner County school systems. CTE holds a positive influence on the lives of our students and better prepares them for their futures.
Thank you, Dr. Phillips. How does career and technical education affect students? Call with your answers at 325-5566. Again, that's 325-5566.
I think that career and technical education affects students negatively. There's no way that high school courses can truly benefit students' futures. Just because a course is related to a certain career or types of careers doesn't mean that you are prepared for that career. In high school today, these courses are more like an informational course than a training guide.
Latrice, I have to disagree with caller number 7. It is more than possible for students to gain knowledge from CTE courses they take in high school. I personally took those courses 2 years ago before I graduated high school. I was involved in the agriculture classes, and all the knowledge I obtained in that course helped shape me the person I am today. I am now a student at MTSU, majoring in agribusiness with a minor in education. Without the experience I gained in high school, I would never be able to have discovered my passion for agricultural or the career I wanted to do the rest of my life. I actually learned more in my CTE classes than I did my general education classes. I had friends that were in machine shop, welding, family consumer sciences, and etc. They all enjoyed these courses and took them to their advantage and helped improve their futures also.
Latrice, I understand that some people, like our last caller, have had a wonderful experience with CTE education, and I'm happy for them. However, I think it depends on the school your children attend, whether they have had a positive experience or a very negative experience. Many children in other classes simply do worksheets all day long and don't learn anything, and some teachers even give certifications for ending the courses. For my children, that was not the thing, and if it would have been organized differently, I would have thought different, but it's not the case.
Maybe CTE is a really good cause, and students have a lasting part of these programs. However, I don't feel this is the case. I'm a substitute teacher in Sumner County, and I get the vibe that very select few of the students are actually interested in career and technical education. They simply take the courses as an easy A. Dr. Phillips, are students really interested in career and technical education?
Depending on the student's interest, there is no specific answer to this question. For example, a student with an agricultural background may be very interested in agriculture classes as well as welding and shop classes, but students without background experience still might want to take the courses. You may be right. Some kids may only take the course because they think it will be an easy way to make a good grade. But in most cases, these classes are just as challenging as general education courses, if not more challenging.
And our time is out. Thank you to all of our listeners who called in and shared their opinions with us. And Dr. Phillips, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to enlighten us. This is Latrice, hoping that everyone has a wonderful day and to tune back in tomorrow at 6. Is there any questions?
From us?
Yes.
Well, sure. I think that one thing for sure we've been missing is technical courses. Not everybody needs to go to a 4-year college to get a bachelor's degree and sit behind a desk. We got to have somebody out there doing some skilled labor. And one of the things we've been missing up here in Portland for years is the Industrial Alliance and the school there next to the old high school where we go get some training in the machine shop and things like that. Would y'all like to see that come back so you can have some classes like that like we used to have? I think it'd be wonderful, and I appreciate you guys being up here.
And just to kind of bring you up to date, and I was going to mention this, and Mike led us right into it, there is discussions have started with about bringing a vocational school back between the state, and the next step is the state and the school, Ms. Jennifer Brown's office and all will be talking maybe next couple of weeks sometime about not only for adult but for dual enrollment also possibilities. So there is some talks underway. May not happen by this fall, but possible could. At least maybe one class or something. So some of the businesses are very involved in it, actually are offering some help to it. So hopefully your skid is right on time, and hopefully some things will happen.
Give me some of the industries like Unipress and Tennessee Stamping, if they were involved in that, where they could maybe give some ideas of what they're going to look for their employees, or you could walk in there with training to already know what you're doing on that job.
And that is already, it's been taking place, and actually one of the industries you just mentioned, Kirby, has talked with their people does their software for their drafting and maybe getting the seats very, very inexpensive to have for training. So those talks are really going underway right now. So.
I think it was a very beneficial thing we had. It was a great loss when they shut it down. My son was lucky enough, got in drafting for 3 years up there. He went right out of high school to work for Collier Engineering in Nashville. So it was a worthwhile cause, I'm telling you. For a lot of people went out of there, went to work at jobs, welding, different jobs, from drafting, other jobs, you know, good jobs, and made good money because they had the experience. They didn't go in green, you know, like a lot of high school students get out of school to go to work. They don't have any skills. They went in experienced, and they went in at top pay. And I'd like to congratulate these young people
Yeah, they've
too.
done an
And
excellent.
I'm glad we could provide this venue for them to come and get out their message.
You know,
Thank you for coming. You did a good job.
Yeah, what I heard tonight, I know they could always use brand new hosts for the morning radio show, and I think y'all would fit right in. So
I was
think-
just thinking myself that Mr. Phillips over here, who gave the presentation tonight, should take the place of the other Mr. Phillips down in Gallatin.
Yeah. So,
I kinda
no.
misunderstood the young lady. At start, I thought she was calling him Dr. Phil.
Y'all want to introduce yourselves to us and what grade you're in and what's your,
I'm Latrice Shepherd. I am in 10th grade.
okay?
I'm Devin Gilman, I'm a senior.
Okay,
I'm Becky King, I'm a sophomore.
all right.
I'm Adrian Brownell, and I'm a freshman.
Is this the big talker in the bunch? I got a feeling she's pretty sharp when it comes to speaking.
Now, from my understanding, y'all getting ready to go to state competition. When is the state competition?
We'll leave Sunday
Where is it going to be?
in Gatlinburg.
Attleboro. Okay. Well, wish you the best, and I know y'all represent Portland very well, and we'll be very proud of you, so,
Thank you, guys.
thank you.
Mayor, my first trip, we're gonna go down memory lane for a minute. My first trip to Gatlinburg is because I sold the most oranges and apples as a freshman up here in FFA, and I got a free trip to Gatlinburg up here, and I ate an awful lot of apples and oranges.
So, you saying you bought some of them yourself?
I did. My mother has most of the credit. She had to go out and help me deliver all of them all over Portland that time.
Very good. Well, now, our school, FFA, is a great program, and we've been very fortunate here in Portland to have the teacher, Terry, that we do, and so forth. So, all right, if not, we'll get into the agenda. We do have a very short agenda tonight. Like I said, this is the second council meeting. The first item on the agenda will be the first reading of ordinance 13-07. This is an ordinance authorizing an agreement between the City of Portland and John Bouchard and Son for wastewater, pump motor, maintenance services, and permanences. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
I know this was discussed, and Mr. Vice Mayor McDowell, thank you for chairing the
problem.
last work study. Was out of town, and do
What was
appreciate
the change on the one that we received tonight versus what
It
we got?
was
Was it
the,
just something minor?
yeah.
The word what? I'm sorry.
Was there
That word apparenthesis, it means,
appurtenances?
Right.
It means basically and parts associated with.
There in the heading,
I see it
Very
there.
end.
Yeah.
all the things that go along with that. And I know that Public Works staff has worked very hard on, and this will save us money in the long run, and appreciate all their effort and time and the diligence they went about doing this. Does anybody else have any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Next on the agenda is Resolution 13-31. Brian, do you want to do that one?
Resolution to hire a full-time parks maintenance employee for the city of Portland. Move to approve.
Have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Any comments or questions?
I noticed on there, there's a lot of empty space on that application. Did you guys question that? You didn't? Okay. Oh, you did? Okay.
He also submitted a resume.
Okay,
Yeah, with the application.
all right.
Is he here tonight?
Yeah, he's right here, Mr.
Oh, okay.
John. Is it Skinner? Is that how you say your last name? Is there any other comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Congratulations. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Next is under the legislative is Resolution 13-32. It's a resolution authorizing a temporary easement between Sam Lamberth and the City of Portland. This is for a spot of land that we have on Kirby Road. He is buying a parcel in the back of that and would like to get some logs off of it, so he needs a temporary easement to come across that. It'll be for 6 months, and we provide a $5,000 reclamation bond. To have a motion to get it on the floor.
So moved.
Have a second.
Second.
I know y'all discussed this in work study. Is any other comments or questions?
Just one, go ahead, Mr. Officer.
I noticed there's, see, how big is this parcel?
It's about 4 acres.
4 acres? This is not designated wetlands, is it?
As far as I know, this one is not. I'll double check that, but
What are we doing what's the city doing on it in that little parcel?
somewhere years ago, through a tax sale or some way or another, it got that property. It was
Okay.
in the year.
Okay, well, I was, want to make sure about the wetland.
Right. I'll double check, but I don't, because this is across the road, and I don't believe. But I will double check.
They're
If it is wetland, we couldn't do it, could we?
This
Could we
is
give
just
'em-
going across
Right.
it as an easement.
We
Right.
could give them
I think
egress
just
and
easement,
ingress.
right.
It's just
Okay.
for ingress.
Okay,
I don't think they're gonna destroy any.
No,
no,
they
they're
just
just
won't.
gonna
Right.
build up.
There was actually quite a bit of debate the other night in the work study on it, and even the city attorney was concerned about the condition that they might leave the property that they own, and how did that do, or
I
all those
did bring
questions
that
asked?
up. I didn't know, it didn't seem to be something that anyone was discussing, so I brought it up just to
Right.
see if it was something y'all had concern about.
Well, it's the reason for this bond, I think, to put some money up in case it was to be.
Is the
unusable.
person actually having to build a road on our property with gravel and that sort of thing to get back there to it?
Of course, with logging, they will try to get it with, without doing as much as they can, but they may have to put some gravel or.
Mayor, what I was bringing up is, well, first of all, they cannot do anything with our property without this ingress egress, as I understand it.
Right.
So the question I asked, or just floated out there for, in case any of these gentlemen were concerned about, is once they do with their property what they want to, and the easement terminates, what will be the effect of the changed property as far as appearance and so forth to the city?
Well, I do know, and I was gonna bring this up to work study, and so I should have read the minutes or list tape, I hadn't yet. They do wanna come in. Kirby is very interested in buying this parcel from us, and they would like to sit down. I was gonna bring up the work study of maybe moving to look at purchasing a piece of property or some way so they could get it. And I think the gentleman joining this, there's Kirby land. He's gotta get an easement from Kirby also, be able to get across it. Of course, Kirby, you can't even get to our land because Kirby has land right in front of this piece of property. This property don't come all the way out to Kirby Road. So they are interested in continuing talks with us, but he would like to go ahead and do this and at least get the logs off that piece of property while we, and I was gonna bring it up to work study while we enter into the
Still
process.
a piece of property that Kirby owns back there is also landlocked as far as that particular
Yeah,
piece.
unless they come back through them some way or
Yeah.
another, so there's some things there that need cleaning up, and we all need to sit down and really look at them and discuss them.
This Mr. Lambert that's requesting this, he wasn't interested in buying that piece of useless property that we own there to add
He's
to
more
his?
interested in the rear. Kirby's more interested in, see, if you go the railroad tracks and go, be kind of northwest, you got Kirby, you got our property, you got Kirby, then you got a piece of property he's buying. So there's a lot of, it needs cleaning up,
Yeah.
and that's what they're interested in doing, but he would like to go ahead and buy that piece and get his logs off, so he just wanted to go ahead and be doing that while, it takes a while to work through our process.
Mayor, the concern that I have, and I'm okay with the easement, is I know that through the logging process, there's a high probability that a lot of dirt, mud, clogs, debris could be brought out onto the road. I don't know if we need to put it in the resolution or how we need to go about that, but I need to have some confidence that it'll be enforced, that will be cleaned daily, because we're gonna have a lot of people who work there going down that road, and I don't want them to drive over all that for really no need. They need to make sure they keep care of that road there, because it can get pretty nasty when you're logging in and out.
I'm pretty sure, and I'll double check on this, but I'm pretty sure within our city and our codes, you're supposed to get a permit to even log off the land in
That's
the
correct.
city, and that would be part of the permit, because I know we've gotten that situation.
And that's a busy
Yeah.
little area, so
Right.
I don't know how they're gonna go about that and make sure they're gonna have a flagman, or, I don't know what they're looking at pulling out of there, the links and what their trailers are, but we wanna make sure with all of our traffic, people coming together at
Okay.
lunch, break times, work, we don't wanna hinder
Right.
them so they can get the logs off, okay?
Well, there, looks
And
to
this,
me like it's gonna be a problem for them making a right turn coming out of there, because they're gonna be right in the crossing.
Right. Well, and see, we looked, this probably, maybe even longer than a year ago, some people was interested in that property that Mr. Lambert, and Mr. Lambert's not a stranger to this area, he's the one that owns National Barns, so he's very familiar with what goes on. You know, we looked at possible getting state money to build a road back through there, and the state had an engineer do a temporary, and they had to go way over into Kirby to bring that exit, because you were, like you
To get
said,
away from the exit,
to get a
from
good-
the
get
railroad.
away. And then
crossing.
Kirby, I know, is very interested in working with them now too, so I think they're working with them also. But in order to get, because you've got to have so much distance, in other words, you couldn't, like you were a truck driver, you can expect a truck to get in there and part of your trailer be in the railroad area before you turned in. So there's got to be a distance there for it to make a proper turn.
Yeah, he could be on railroad property before he got in the
Right.
street.
Right.
Well, another thing we ought to consider too is the damage they might do to the shoulder of the road there, shoulder of the street,
Be sure they got a proper.
because the pavement's gonna start
Right.
breaking off where they come in now there.
Okay.
So,
Does the permit that they're required to get from planning, does it address issues such as, I wonder how much of that back there is natural screening for those homes behind it from the factories that are there, I mean,
I mean, I think as long as he's cleaning the land, but once he, you know, comes in and planning and gets to build, then he'll have to come before y'all and present a landscaping plan and all that. But just as far as taking it off, I don't think they really got any control of that. But if he does build anything, then y'all will have to
it
address it.
seems like 100 questions for access to
I know.
property.
But I mean, those questions will, you know, need to be asked and dealt with. But I will double check the codes and all that, but I'm pretty sure I addressed that, Mr. Lambert. So. Any other comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Does anyone else have anything? Nobody objects, we'll be adjourned.
Mayor, can I get your autograph?
Yeah,
Most supportive man in Sumner County.
you get it once a month.